And joining us now, member of the Ways and Means Committee, New York Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. Congresswoman, good morning, and thank you for being with us here on Wake Up America Weekend.
Well, good morning. Great to see you guys this morning.
Now, Congresswoman, I just wanted your reaction to that number, $83.3 million. I mean, I didn't know this woman had such a thriving career that this defamation caused her to lose millions upon millions of dollars.
Yeah, I don't even know where she has any kind of income that would match that, which is what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have some kind of relationship to what could have been lost by defamation, the injury, the harm. And, obviously, number one, I don't see how Donald Trump could actually get a fair trial in New York City because the media is 100% and 99.9% just insanely negative about him. And so that anyone who even picks up a newspaper, has any access to media, would already be predisposed to having a negative view of him, and he's dead on arrival in front of a jury. Secondly, this just seems so out of proportion to any loss this woman could have sustained. And there's this, judges have discretion. It's called remittitor. That means they can reduce an unfair or unreasonable jury verdict. But yet you've got judges in New York City who are also equally as biased. If you look at the judge in the case against Trump, Erdogan, or whatever his name is, it sounds almost like the Turkish president. But he is also obviously very biased. His behavior is unbecoming of a judge, obviously violating judicial conduct. But then again, this judge has the discretion. This is obviously on its face an absurd jury verdict, and the punitive damages, and not to mention the First Amendment aspect of this, that Donald Trump can't speak openly about somebody, and where's the direct harm? It just seems there's a missing connection here in terms of legality.
Congresswoman, do you agree with this notion that some of these judges have, and even jurors as well, have taken it upon themselves to be political activists in these cases against the former president?
I do. And it's also, just remember, you have Letitia James, who's the Attorney General, who continues to foster and ran on this negative, I'm going to get Trump. That's not a legitimate campaign promise. And then many of these judges are, by the way, they're Supreme Court justices. My dad was, I think, the longest serving Supreme Court justice in New York State. And you're elected to those positions, but you're elected first you're appointed by a judicial convention, which means the party leaders get to decide who their candidate is going to be. And in New York City, you're going to get a Democrat. There's no way a Republican is going to win a judicial seat in New York City. So they're already biased in terms of that. But yet once you ascend to the bench, you have a judicial conduct commission that is supposed to govern you. But again, that's run by left-wing lawyers in Albany and across the state. I'm a member of the bar. I understand this very well. So I think that the judges have to be held accountable. Just the Letitia James example, people keep calling this lawfare, which it is. I think it's abuse of process, and it's a malicious prosecution cases. All of these, they're trying to disgorge President Trump of his assets, to try to drag him through all these court proceedings, and they're really just trying to hurt him while he's trying to run for president. So it's a clear case also of election interference.
Congresswoman, we're running out of time, just 20 seconds. Today's Holocaust Remembrance Day, with everything going on in Israel. You can just say a couple of words about, remembering the horrible things in history and where we are right now. I'm sorry, it's only about 20 seconds.
Yes, thanks so much for reminding the audience, and for Newsmax for doing that repeatedly, along with all your historical snippets that you put out regularly on the news station. This is a very solemn, sad day to remember this. There are a lot of Holocaust deniers out there. And I just want to, my heart and my soul goes out to them. I want to remember Helen Sperling, who was my inspiration, a Holocaust survivor who died in 2016. I remembered her on the floor of the State Assembly. She changed the lives and informed children all across my community as a Holocaust survivor. We have to remember, and I'm just so grateful to everyone who continues to tell this story. We're in difficult times now where this terrible scenario hopefully is not going to continue to gain steam across our college campuses and our communities. So please, everyone, be vigilant and compassionate and understand that this situation is real today. And if we don't remember our past, we're doomed to repeat it.